Hello, Leos. All right, Leos, let's get right into it. Let's see what's in your cards. All right. This video is for the 20th through the 27th of December. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it, Leos. Let's go. All right. Let's see what's in your cards. Let us see what's in your cards. Let us see what's in your cards. All right. Somebody is building. 10 of Wands here. 10 of Wands. Here we have the 2 of Cups here. Oh. Here we have the 3 of Swords here. We have the 7 of Cups here. So you and somebody, excuse me, you and somebody are moving on from something. You and somebody are moving on from something, trying to move on from something. Here we have the 6 of Pentacles here. You all have accepted some kind of payment for something. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. You're trying to move on from something. You accepted some kind of payment for something. Right. And so you and somebody have traveled somewhere. Where have you traveled to? Let's see. Inquiring minds want to know where you have traveled to. You have traveled across a body of water. Talking. You've accepted some money. You have accepted some money. Ten of Swords. So, Temperance card. Sagittarius. Like I said, traveled across a body of water. So, somebody felt very much alone in this situation. But somebody is traveling across a body of water for something. So you're trying to keep your vibrations high. Somebody could have been behind closed doors, you know, not doing so well. Could have had, you know, people talking about them behind their back. And that's the 10 of Swords here. And the 3 would be like lips. People could have been talking, like moving their lips, talking about somebody behind their back. They could have felt very much by themselves. Felt very much alone in something. Here's the 6 of Swords here. So somebody has some ideas about some things. This is the Ace of Wands. So somebody has some ideas about things, and they're trying to see some things from a higher frequency. But somebody has some ideas about some things, and maybe trying to make some connections. This is where all the air is. Maybe trying to have a conversation, trying to make some connections about some things. Maybe trying to do some building, maybe some team building here. Trying to make some connections. Trying to make some sense of everything. All right. Trying to make some sense of everything. Trying to make some wishes fulfilled for 2 situations going on here. Some wish fulfillments for 2 situations going on for everybody after some character assassinations behind people's backs. After people talking about people behind their back, character assassination. Now everybody want to make some connections. Everybody wants to talk and make some connections with some things. So what's interesting, somebody was being used as a pawn in a chess game. And whoever was being, I don't know if it was you was being used as a pawn in a chess game, or who was being used as a pawn in a chess game. But when I look at the cards here, it looks like what everybody has in common is that everybody has a big heart. Everybody loves deep. Everybody loves hard in the cards. But it looks like there's a lot of hurt in the cards. But to start out with fire, where everybody is building, like everybody is trying to build their lives and everybody has their own idea of like how they're supposed to build. What's interesting with this is like the devil really is in the details of all of this, and all this, like these are people who say they love each other, but this is right here. As soon as somebody walks away, people start talking about people behind their back assassinating people's characters, people being used as a pawn in the game, starting arguments, and all this other crazy comparing, competing, low vibrational, poisonous, all this stuff is going on. Somewhere along the way, somebody felt like they were by themselves. Somebody accepted some money for something, and just all heck broke loose. Bunch of confusion started, and everybody want to see everything from a higher frequency. This reading is just like a mess. For real, this reading is just like a mess. So now people want to go down a rabbit hole and try to find out what happened. Like just whatever. So it looks like a younger person was kind of an open book. Whoever the younger person is, whoever it was, somebody was trying to find some kind of a common ground. They were an open book, trying to talk to everybody, trying to, connect whoever this, somebody was being used as a pawn in the game. Whoever this energy was, also big heart, love deep, love hard. Younger person doesn't, they can be younger than me, but they don't have to be young. They could be 20s, 30s, whatever. But whoever this person is, they were kind of an open book. Like maybe you just wanted to be a part of just kind of talking, just kind of being an open book about maybe their hurt and their pain. This could be anybody, just kind of like, why don't we all just get along? Like it could be somebody in your family that just like, just all just get along. We're supposed to love each other, this kind of stuff. And people still competing, comparing, talking about people behind their back. Just a mess. This is what this is right here. Now everybody wants to talk. Now everybody wants to talk. I don't know. I don't know. So you got one person that's going down this rabbit hole to try to find out what's going on. When really, here's the Ace of Wands here. Like, so it's two people that have this idea of like, these two people had this idea of what happened with this one person who felt like they were by themselves, just trying to build, just trying to build their life. Two people have this idea, right, of things. And looking at the cards here, and this is not my advice, I'm just reading the cards here, right? Starting out with fire, in order for anybody to start a fire, you need things to rub together in order to create some kind of friction in order for a fire to start. So remember, fire is the beginning of the top of the lower chakras, right? So we're starting out with fire. So people are coming in with judging, competing, comparing about why somebody feels alone, because somebody traveled across a body of water, because obviously somebody left somebody behind. And then people start talking about them behind their back. Somebody was being used as a pawn in somebody else's game, and they start trying to be an open book and trying to, they actually, looks like somebody was just looking for somebody to show them some compassion. That's what this looks like. Looks like somebody looking for somebody to show them some compassion. They was looking for some help. They needed some money. That's what somebody needed. Looked like somebody needed some money. They needed some help. They needed some help and just trying to build. They felt very much alone. That's what this looks like. I don't know who this is for, but imagine, like, if you want to make a connection here, imagine you looking for some help and you feeling like you by yourself and everybody too busy swinging swords, power struggle. Everybody got the wrong idea about somebody, competing, comparing, I'm better than you are. And you go down a rabbit hole, people say, oh, I got somebody, I got a way for you to make some money. You go down a rabbit hole to try to make some money, and somebody use you as a pawn in their game, and it ends up being a nightmare for you. Wish fulfillment for them, but it ends up being a nightmare for you. And then they tell you it's their way or the highway. Not everybody want to talk. So the people have some ideas now. but with this right here, whoever these two energies, whoever these energies want to talk to, whether they want to talk to you or you the ones that want to talk to somebody else, wind has already gotten back to whoever it needs to get back to. Here's a 9 of Wands here. It's already gotten back to where it needs to get back to. Here's the 8 of Cups here. So the karmic cycle has already been broken. Remember, we started out this cycle in a moon in Sagittarius, right? So Sagittarius is a mutable sign. So you have to see it from the highest frequency. Like really, as you see these angel wings, you got to see it from another frequency. You got to see it from a higher frequency as to what's really going on here. Somebody is trying to build. It could be you trying to rebuild. And what Source is trying to get you to see, Leo, is make the common connection here. Come up out of the solar plexus chakra, which is the last of the lower chakras, and come up to what you have in common with another human being. Imagine you're trying to rebuild your life after a loved one has moved on and people are assassinating their character, and somebody has a bright idea of how you can make money so you can rebuild your life. And here comes somebody who wants to use you as a pawn. That's what this whole reading is about, right? In a very poisonous environment. And you think, oh, this is a wish fulfillment for me. You go down a rabbit hole and it ends up being a nightmare for you, but it's a wish fulfillment for them. And they said, nope, it's my way or the highway. You already accepted money for it. It's my way. Now people are saying it's like you just signed a deal with the devil. You just signed a contract with the devil. Now imagine if it was your child. And it got back to you. Compassion. There's nothing to talk about. You're dealing with 2 vain, vengeful, and green with envy spirits. There is absolutely nothing to talk about. They're out of balance. They spent a lot of time. This 8 hours right here. This is a lot of time. This is somebody spent a lot of time on something. So the only thing you need to do is get a structure. You need a structure and authority. This is prayer warrior. Prayer warrior. You. Prayer warrior. So what I'm looking at here in your cards is that somebody, you, and somebody, you and a spouse, you could be like you and a spouse, you and your soulmate, Leo, is dealing with possibly an ex and their person who is basically like it's their way or the highway. It's like basically they're ready for war. Okay, this I can't say it no clearer than that. And instead of you coming down off your throne, getting ready to go into battle cat mode, you need to go into prayer warrior mode. Because the Tower card is retrograde, and that is the energy, that's Mars. Mars is the fighting spirit plan, it's the action and assertion plan. So the action you're taking is prayer warrior mode. So this is a test of your faith. This is really a test of your faith, okay? There is nothing to talk about. We have nothing to talk about. Nothing. They're talking about ideas. They didn't want to hear what you had in common before. There was no reason. There was no, you want to talk about what you had in common, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. They use somebody as a pawn. There's nothing to talk about. Prayer warrior mode. Get focused. These, yeah. Leos, you all are dealing with Sagittarius, an Aries, a Gemini, a Libra. What's on the other side of this? There could be a Scorpio involved, could be a Taurus involved, Gemini, could be a Pisces. You got quite a few energies that's involved in this, and prayer warrior mode. That's all I can tell you. Prayer warrior mode. Because put your list of what you're grateful for. You know, you're keeping something very high vibrational. This is a real serious call to agape love. All this, who's the better this, who's the best. Source is really, really trying to stop this divisive battle of who can be more evil energy. For real, that's who can be more evil. Like, who can forgive? Like, for real. Like, and some people don't want to be in that energy. So this is really trying to get people to break karmic cycles. trying to get people to break karmic cycles. That's why you got to learn to get into a prayer warrior mode. Some people are not really, because they can't get out of this. The spy is now turned on. Create the change that you want. Yeah. Somebody has not been completely honest, but yeah. Yeah, so don't forget that rest is a form of self-care, but somebody's going to stop wasting good things on people who don't appreciate them. But drink water is a form of self-care. Yeah, these are yeah. So there's the signs all the burning, but new love awaits for somebody. But you know, this card is saying pray for them and sacral chakra cleanse. Praying for somebody may feel like it's a weakness, like, you know, like some people see that as weak, like, oh, what do you mean pray? I'm not praying for them. But it's very powerful. It really is, to say you're taking the high road and you would rather pray for somebody to continue to prey on somebody that's already been in survival mode. But what's consistently coming out of you guys' cards is lead, lead, lead. If you keep aligning yourself with people who cannot control their anger and their frustration, and just because you're having a total recall, that's the Tower card. Source is saying that tower is going to eventually fall and you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't know what is happening, but I don't understand. This is the year of 8. I'm telling y'all, you do not want to throw yourself into another 8-year karmic cycle because you can't detach from somebody who cannot control their emotions. It's not even worth it. You're a fixed sign. I don't care who they are. For real. Pray for them, like, okay, just learn how to talk people down off of a ledge, for real. Just like, listen. Root chakra cleanse. You know, close out the cycle in love. Speak something into existence. Karmic cycles are very real. Because even if a person is at a stage in their life where they just feel, okay, that stuff can come back and hit their kids. That's why some people, that's what Source is saying. You got to see stuff from a higher frequency. You got to see stuff from a higher frequency. This is not anybody operating in fear. This is actually operating in faith and operating in the spirit of love. Why do you think Pluto is in a sign, a humanitarian sign? Because Source is saying it's a whole, it's like literally Pluto is like wiping a whole planet clean. Literally wiping the whole planet clean and returning to agape love. Returning to balance. Returning to balance and structure and authority. So somebody has to initiate it, right, and see it from a higher frequency. So 25, I am intelligent. You have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects will bring you an immense awareness of the world. So it's just saying it's time for you to operate by faith, for real. Like somebody having a tower moment. That's a 2 and 5 is 7. You're having a tower moment. Total recall of some stuff. That is what I have for you all. That is what I have for you all. But yeah, It's time to stop this friction. It's time to stop all of the friction, chaos, and confusion, and find what you have in common with other human beings. You don't have to be related to them or anything at all. All this, we got this idea about this and idea about that. Nope. It's time for prayer. For real. It really is time for prayer. It's time for peace. This is what peace is about. So whoever is jumping to conclusions about stuff and whatever the case may be, so it's saying it's already an imbalance. It's already an imbalance. There's an imbalance right here. What Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do this right here is Source is trying to put money in somebody's pocket because I feel like somebody is jumping to conclusions about stuff. What's happening what's happening in your cards is that first of all, word is getting back to somebody about somebody getting more money. That's the first thing, which is a lie. And that's the problem. Too many people gossiping. So somebody is getting word back, oh, they must got some more money. They just got something else and such. They got a new such and such, right? People running back lying to people. They don't even know what's going on. And people just believe the first thing they hear. They got an idea about this and an idea about that, right? That's the first thing. Source is saying to you, what Source is trying to do for you is put more money in your pocket because somebody's about to go down this rabbit hole and it's going to end up being a nightmare for you. This right here lets me know that Source is trying to refinance something for somebody to lower your money, lower a bill for you to put more money in your pocket. That's what Source is trying to do for you. That's what Source is doing for a lot of people is refinancing things to put more money, whether it's refinancing your house, your car, your student loans, your this and that. This is what this card right here means. Something is trying to be lowered so Source can put more money in your pocket. But somebody has a wrong idea. But that's what Source keeps trying to tell. Look, somebody about to go down a rabbit hole of the wrong stuff. Jumping to conclusions about things because people are gossiping. That's what I'm saying. Familiar spirits don't even know what they're familiar with. Get the wrong idea about stuff. Start traveling, doing all kinds of stuff, wasting money. Not talking to people, talking about people. Don't know what they talking about. Lying. So that's what Source is trying to do for somebody. So that's what I have for you. Like I said, people using people as pawns. I mean, just straight up. That's what Source is trying to do for you. Source is trying to put more money in your pocket by lowering something for you. Don't go on some wild goose chase for something that you heard about somebody else. When Source is trying to put more money in your pocket. So it's trying to get you to see something from a higher stance, something from a higher frequency. So that's what I have for you. See you all in the next video. Bye.